Pray to God that in his heart he found forgiveness for me. It was nothing personal, it was just business for me. When I got on, I paid him back and told him it was ugly. I'd rather ask forgiveness like 100 times than be asking for permission in a beggar's line. Cause of who I be and check out how I tend to mine. I got a partner who don't eat no pork at dinner time, but let you act like you gon' ever hurt or injure mine. He have your woman, and that's by dinner time. I keep my eyes on glory till the devil get behind. Now bad mind, the devil made me off.
It was once just an idea until breaking ground in November of 2016, and now here it is in all its glory. Spectacular SoFi Stadium here in metropolitan Los Angeles. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one between the Detroit Lions and the Los Angeles Chargers. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Now, this defense for the Lions, they played extremely well last week in that win over Green Bay.
But we certainly had a nice conversation with the defensive coordinator, didn't we? And what we heard, I like what we did, but we definitely need more pressure on the quarterback this week.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Hands it off out of the gun, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Here's Herbert. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he gets it just shy of midfield, but that's not enough. He's short of the marker. They'll get 8, but they're going to have to punt here on the opening drive because that's not enough.
And after that type of a run, there's some talking going on down on the field, but it's not trash talking. The guy who just carried the ball, he's going back and telling his offensive line, great job, keep it up, and we'll break that one soon.
And look at this. They're keeping the punter on the sideline. They're going to go for it here on the opening drive. They'll try and run for it. And he gets this one across midfield for the first down to the 46.
They did tell us they wanted to establish the ground game early, didn't they?
They did, and a small sample size that we've seen so far, but pretty good return.
Yeah, you got to like that. They've strung together a couple of first downs, established what they wanted, the running game. And guess what? They also got their lead guy running it pretty well, too.
A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
Here's 2nd and 10. And now here's a carry heading left. And once again, not much running room, if any at all. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on 3rd down. Herbert. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
And the 11-year veteran bangs it through, and the Chargers grab themselves a 3-0 lead. They were probably hoping to get him a little bit closer for a shorter field goal, but he was able to get it done from deep.
Nice little tester for him to begin things, huh? I think he was hoping for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead, they made him stretch it out a little bit, but he's got to feel great now that he put it through the pipes.
They'll run on 1st down. Frazier, and he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Right back to him on 1st down. Finding some room at midfield. And now the rookie's free. Touchdown, Detroit. A great play there with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Lions on just 2 plays have taken the lead.
Well, earlier in the week when they had their scouting report meeting, this was the explosiveness that they talked about trying to contain. They were concerned about it all week, yet he still did it to them. Wonder how that's going to carry over the rest of the game.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Charger drive about to get going. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs. So they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he'll be brought down right around the 37.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Here's a handoff out of the gun. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Working with 2nd and 5 now. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 65 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start.
Partner, in our years together, we've never really run into a player that's admitted a doubt or a lack of confidence, right? But right now, I'm just wondering about that interior line, because on defense, they're starting to get manhandled at the point of attack. Do they have it in them to figure a way to reverse the tide? Because right now, they're running the ball at will.
Hands it off out of the gun. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
Well, if they continue to run the football this strong, right up the middle, I don't know if they can wait till halftime to make adjustments. They better find a way to get it done series to series. I don't know if they need to sub some guys out, bring in extra people, maybe change what they're doing on the defensive side of the ball. But right now, they're running the ball very well right at them and right up the middle.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call them run fits, everyone was in the right place.
Here's a handoff out of the gun. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down at a yard. Here we go on 4th down. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. A great effort there. Hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Chargers are going to retake the lead. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is now 10-7. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And no return on this one. It's a fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Just the one misstep for them in the first half of the season. 7-1 is the record at the midway point. And in terms of whatever power rankings you want to go by, they're at or near the top of the list in terms of best teams in the National Football League.
And for me, in my little bit of rankings here, I've got them at the top. I know there's still 2 months to go, and we've seen teams get off to hot starts and then fade away due to injuries or the schedule or whatever. But unless there are a rash of injuries on this team, I'd be surprised if they aren't a first or a second seed come playoff time.
Second down at 5. He'll look to throw. And he'll let this one go deep for Chark. And got his man complete. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. They'll look to throw here. And he's able to find Miller. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Scotty Miller, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Lions are once again going to retake the lead. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is now 14-10. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Charger drive about to get going. And now last drive so successful with the ground game, ending in a touchdown. Do you stick with that formula?
That would be the #1 thing you would think of, but so many guys now would look at it and say, we've got them set up so well for play action. Now's the time to take a shot.
Yeah.
But, you know, there was a big-time coach in the state of Ohio who once said, if you throw the ball, if you put it in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. He would have kissed it on the ground.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard. Hands it off out of the gun. And some room to work. And they work this well upfield across the 45. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 137 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. On 2nd down, Eckler. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
The Chargers on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 6. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And, boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. And now the Lions going to stop us momentarily as they call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. So they'll pass on what would have been a 49-yard field goal attempt, and they're going for it on 4th down. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. He was true on his first. This a tough one from 49 yards away. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And the lead is down to 1 now at 14-13. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
Eight yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. They go play action here on first down. Flush to his right. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the first down.
On first down, it's Frazier. And he's going to get this inside the 30. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. Tackle made by Eric Kendricks. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
5 yards remain on second down. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Right side, it's the tight end, Hockenson. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down.
And I can see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions. Third down here and 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. To throw again. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line. He's sacked. It looks like a 9-yard loss. And it also brings up 4th. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the right hash, this from 44 yards out. And his kick is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we have reached halftime with the visiting Lions taking the lead to the break. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? In the lead, and they're going to get the football first as well as the second half is underway. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see 1 or 2 guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
And he's brought down after a very nice gain. 147 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. They'll run on first down. Frazier. And they'll get him down here at about the 42. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work. 2nd and 1 and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Hands it off out of the gun. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Frazier, and he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. He'll drop to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked by Kenneth Murray. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the third quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this third quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Play action this time for Justin Herbert. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete.
That's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties. And he's able to knock that one away.
Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8. Here's Herbert. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. This will wind up a loss on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle, and that'll bring him back within a point. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Right back to him on 1st down. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. 182 yards rushing for him here as he starts to draw closer to a 1,000-yard campaign. From the gun, they'll try to run it. He'll get 3 up to midfield. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense the next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
They'll try and run here with Swift. And some room to maneuver. The 20. Touchdown, Detroit. DeAndre Swift, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Lions are able to grow their lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is up to 8. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Charger drive about to get going. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that second down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that plan any down.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Herbert off of play action. He'll buy some time right. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Cole Kmet. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
Man coverage on the left side, so I really like the design of this play because they opened up the field and brought their tight end the other way on a crossing route. That's a lot of ground to cover if you're a defender. I've been there before, unable to stay with his man there.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now a handoff looking right. And he's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Now they try the right side here. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
Back-to-back 4-yard runs. Now, look, if they just do that all the way downfield, ball ends up in the end zone, but that's a little difficult to do.
Yeah, I think now 3rd and 2, that defense ready to stiffen up and stop that run. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters. No reason to lighten up now. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
Pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Tyrell Dodson. He's the culprit, dropping him for a 2-yard loss. So 3rd down, they need to get to the 28 for a first. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. And he'll be brought down at the 34, well short of the first down marker.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. 4th down for Herbert. Desperation time. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with the football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The 4th down play doesn't work for the Chargers. And the Lions will take over. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. They'll keep it on the ground. Frazier. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal. Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
Seemed like it was perfectly defense. And know what they say? Those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal. They will run it with Swift here. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. It's a 6-yard carry. It does put him just a few yards short of the goal line, but 4th down coming up. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to perhaps salt this one away. And this one is right through. And that will bump the lead up to 11. So that one, CD, going to make the road back a lot more difficult.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. You know they were praying on the other sideline for a miss because now, as you pointed out, a very difficult road. Down 2 scores. You don't just need a touchdown. You need a chain of events to go your way. You've got to score, somehow get the ball back, and score again. The odds of that happening, not great in your favor.
The Charger drive about to get going. They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. So we'll see what they can do here, Charles.
And it's always easy to second guess when you don't get it on a 4th down try. But they had to like the feeling that they had going on offense. They want to continue to see if they can capture that again on this drive and maybe get in the same position.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, like I said, they were moving the football. It's not like they went 4 and out, so I don't think it's a deal where the offense doesn't have confidence.
No, I agree with you totally on that one. If anything, they may have gained more confidence. Okay, they stopped us once. That's all right. Let's keep moving it. Make them do it again.
Play action. It's Herbert. And he'll throw this one away. I don't think he's out of the pocket. No. Here comes the flag. In the pocket, chucked it away. Flag comes down.
So you got to move a little bit, right? Know where you are on the field. Have some awareness. Tackle to tackle. You got to get outside of that tackle box in order to get that done.
So now it's 3rd and long, because remember, they also lose a down on the grounding call. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain, and it leaves them looking at a 4th down.
Well, the guys who are paid to make the tackles deserve some kudos there, but I think they deserve even bigger ones because in that situation, they had to be thinking pass. Loosened up defense, going to pass coverage. Instead, maybe they surprised them a little bit running the ball, yet they rallied to it and stopped them well short of a 1st down.
Herbert going to throw. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You still have to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
Herbert to throw. Flushed out right. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
One last throw here for Herbert. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. So this one's over. It's a win for the Detroit Lions, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the 4th quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So for the Lions, they're setting themselves up as a major contender as they move to 8-1 now on the year.